I started my very first business January 1st, 2019, and since then I've generated 7 figures in top-line revenue and profit. But if I lost everything and had to start all over again, would I still be able to create a 7-figure business? In this video, I'm gonna go over exactly what I would do if I was broke starting from zero, step by step. Before I started my very first business, I didn't actually have the money to go start the business. And at the time, I was making $13 an hour working for my cousins. And I asked them, instead of working 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, can I work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day so that I could actually go save up enough money? They were Amazon sellers and they actually manufactured their own products, so the more hours worked, the more products produced, so this was music to their ears. Little did I know that that decision was the start of my 7-figure journey. But for this video, we're gonna pretend that I didn't have my cousins as a resource to help me, although if you do have a 9-to-5 job, this is a great way to save up money to start phase 2, which we'll be talking about later in this video. So, I'm starting from $0. What would I do? Let's talk about how I'd raise my first bit of cash. Phase 1. Sell anything and everything I can get my hands on. Now, it may sound simple, but sometimes simplicity is what you need to get the momentum started. Before my cousins started their Amazon business, they would go to these auctions where they would bring out lots of products for people to bid on. And my cousins would go through these products and they would bid on things that they deemed valuable, and they would go flip those items on eBay for a profit. In fact, at the time, they were paying their rent and all of their bills doing this. I remember them telling me about this lot of products that they brought out that had hundreds of wooden ducks, and they bought the entire lot for $200 because they saw some value in it. They ended up selling each duck that was on that lot for $100 a piece. I remember even going to the auction house with them a few times, and my very first time I remember I bought a painting for $5 and ended up selling it on eBay for $120. So I would find any item that I could relist and sell on eBay for a profit, and once I've sold everything that I can get my hands on, I would then go to garage sales or auctions to find low-priced items that I could then sell for a profit on eBay. The next step is where things get serious. Once I saved up $3,000 to $5,000 from reselling, I'd move on to phase 2, Amazon FBA, which is the business model that's made me financially free today. And here's the key, it's all about finding the right product. I would take that money and I would go get an Amazon FBA product research software, and I would start looking for profitable products that were in demand to sell that I can also stand out and differentiate from my competition with. If you want a deeper dive on how I find the right products to sell and the exact criteria that I use to find these products, check out my Amazon FBA product research and product criteria videos linked down below. After identifying a potential product, I would then go to a website like Alibaba and find a manufacturer who's going to be able to produce that product for me. Just make sure that you always calculate your profit margins after FBA fees, cost of goods, and shipping before placing a bulk order. I personally like to be at least 30% margins. Next, I'd create a product listing and add the product to Amazon before placing the bulk order to make sure that I don't need any extra approvals on the product. You're then going to create an Amazon FBA shipment, so when your bulk order is produced, your manufacturer can send your inventory directly to Amazon's fulfillment centers where they will store all of it. And what's cool about this is every time you get an order, Amazon will pick, pack, and ship that order directly to the customer for you. With this method, you're selling profitable products that are in demand but not oversaturated, and utilizing Amazon, the largest e-commerce platform in the entire world. I started this business model when I was 19, not knowing that it would completely change my life. Within 1 month of selling my first product on Amazon, I had the #1 bestseller badge and was doing $10,000 a month in top-line revenue profitably my first month. Now, it took a lot of work and effort to get to that point, and I didn't achieve financial freedom that very first month because I had to reinvest all that money back into the business to allow it to grow. But starting that business is what started my trajectory to financial freedom. From 10K a month to 20K to where I am today, an Amazon 7-figure seller. And if it came down to it, I would do it all over again. Now, if you want to learn my exact tips and strategies that help me achieve 7 figures in financial freedom selling products on Amazon, check out my Amazon FBA private label mentorship program in the description of this video. If you've ever wanted to sell products on Amazon and to have me as a mentor, this program is for you. But on that note, don't forget to like and comment on this video and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. And as always, have a blessed day, ladies and gentlemen.